Hello folks, and welcome to the channel, or welcome back. And in this episode we're going to continue to work on the farm because we have some more work to be done. Recently we've built some new gates on the old barn with thermal wood, but this time we are going to rebuild the gates or the doors. And when I say new, well, it's not all that new. So let's go and have a look. And this is one of the small gates we will have to rework, and you can see it's built with sheet metal. The actual year of the build is actually marked on the concrete. Well, let's see. So this looks like the 22nd of September 1988. So that's quite some time ago, and that's when the cow stable was erected. These sliding doors have been installed in the 80s, and to be honest, they had their best time. They made them at the time with steel sheets, 1, 2, 3, 4, probably about 4.5 on each side, and those were galvanized steel, but you need to repaint them every time, and there's a lot of work on it to maintain them, so it's more than time to get those replaced. They are actually wooden frames, and they are running on the rail on the top. And that system is still pretty much intact, so I don't need to replace that part. And at the inside, we also have metal sheets onto the wood frame. And where the nails were before, the panel has completely corroded. And that's because these sheets were actually galvanized steel, and then they put standard nails onto it, and then you get a galvanic element. And that's what you get, especially under the fumes and the damps of the cows and the gases. So last year we replaced the rooftop of this barn, and you might remember that we have these Ethernet panels on there before, and they were really no good, so we changed it out with steel panels, as you can see here. And this has been on the roof now for about almost a year, and it's really good stuff. I wouldn't want anything else, because these are metal panels with insulation on the bottom and a special coating. And it's the same type of material that I will use to put on the doors or the gates. But on the other side of the barn, they already had replaced the sheet metal with some wooden panels, but even those are in a pretty bad state. And here you see what I mean by that, right? It's really rotten. So we'll have to take all this off the wooden frame and then see if we can recover the wooden frame or not. And on the bottom, we have these steel pipes in the concrete, and they are supposed to hold back that door so it cannot fly open or nobody can break in. But I think these I will probably replace, and I'm going to put a little roller up so it doesn't damage the wood, because you can see all this is seriously damaged by this pipe actually here, right? It just rubs against it and it destroys the wood. All right. Here we have the top of those doors and the rail, and I'm not sure in how far I will be able to reuse this. Hopefully they will work out fine. If not, I will have to rebuild actually that complete frame and then put the metal parts on. But let's hope it's going to be all right. Normally it should be, but you never know, because this is not the rain side, but if I look at it, it doesn't look too pretty. I see a lot of rot on the top. So this might become an issue. So these are the metal panels that I'm planning to put on top of the doors. They are fairly thin. It's steel, specially coated, and the profile is quite nice. It's not really deep. It almost looks like it's kind of wood, but it isn't. And the good thing is I won't have to paint it, and I've got a guarantee or a warranty on this for 30 years. So it will certainly last my time. And you're probably going to ask me, well, how expensive is this? Well, for all the panels, and I have 4 large gates, which are the full length of these panels, and you've seen the gates before. I have 4 of those, and I have 2 smaller gates, as you have seen, and I paid 700 euros, which is, okay, quite expensive, you could say, but it's not, if you consider the amount of square meters that you have with it. And there's a little maintenance on that. So the first thing I'm going to do now is to take off the old stuff from the doors, and then I'm going to start mounting those panels. Here you see the exposed frame of the door, and that all looks in pretty good condition because I took the inner skin off already, and so now I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to take the outer skin off. That's going to be a little bit more hard. So you're going to need a couple of good tools to remove these panels. Like a little crowbar like this. This is very handy stuff. Then a big crowbar. That's a huge one. And then a couple of hammers. You know, a heavy one. A smaller one. And you might as well need a couple of chisels, and that should do the job. Maybe a saw, I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes. It looks like the frame is in a good condition, so I can actually reuse it. There's no need to create a new one. If it wasn't, I would have had created a new one. Of course, I will need to clean it up, get rid of all the nails that are still in there, and then rub it down a bit so we can put the panels up. So let me continue with the rest of it, and then we start looking at the new panels. Now, for a 40-year-old wooden frame, this is still looking pretty good after all that time outside. The next thing up is to clean up the wood so we can install the metal sheet on it. I already have removed all the nails. So my panels are 3 meters tall and the frame is 308. And the reason I decided to make my panels a bit shorter is I wanted to have a stud plank on the bottom here so I can slide this along the guides on the side, because otherwise the panel will be damaged. So I need to create a stud plank of 8 centimeters all along the bottom. And I'm going to do this with thermowood. And here it is, the thermowood. Now these planks are too wide, so I have to cut them to size. Let's do that. And then to the right length, which was, I think, 1.79 meters. And thermowood is specially treated pine wood, which is going to last at least 25 to 30 years without even a treatment on it. But nevertheless, even if it goes bad, I can always replace that bottom plank because I will be able to take it off. It's always good to use a guide to cut wood, otherwise you may not go straight. Yeah, it's 8 on both sides, so we are good to go. Let's do a quick double check. And this is spot on 8 centimeters. These are the bolts we're going to use to tighten down the panel to the wooden frame. And you can see the tip, it's like a drill in the tip. So it's going to drill itself through the steel and then pull itself inside the wood. And in addition, you will find here a little rubber seal that will actually close up the opening between the bolt and the steel panel. So for the turbo wood, I'm going to use these stainless steel screws. They are a bit special, with a kind of a special head on it, as you can see. So you can sink them into the wood, and the good thing is they're not going to leave any trace on the wood itself when it rains and over time. Because if you do it with normal screws, you're going to get stains on. So the trick is now to have the stud plank on the bottom square with the vertical frame structure. As you can see, we still are off, so I'm going to move the other side up and then see where we are ending up. And I think that's pretty much all right. Now, I'm not going to lock down this stud plank completely on the bottom. I'm just going to hold it with a spanner in place and put the first panel up and see how it lines up. I have just loosely installed the first panel. It's not even bolted down yet. But I wanted to make sure that the stud on the bottom in wood is properly set up so we have an absolute straight match to the frame, and that seems to be the case. But as you also notice, this is a smaller piece. So either I can now cut a piece of those panels and then fit it in with a little bit of an overlap, or I can use a big overlap. I don't know yet exactly what. I have enough panels, so I might go for a real wide overlap. I don't know where it's going to end up, but let's see. Let's see how that ends up. Okay, that's no good. The gap is too big. And it fits though here, but that's not how I want it. If I do this, well, then I have too much left over here. Unless I could turn it around and then see what it would give me. It's not that it's very heavy, it's just very annoying to lift this. On your own. How about this? I think this starts to look a bit better. Yes. So that is what I want to do. It was a little bit of fiddling to get this straight, but now that looks like it's all right. I got everything measured out and I made the marks, so now we can bolt it down with these special bolts. The next thing we're going to do is to cut some planks and install them right here on the side against the metal. And this will also be thermal wood. So we've cut the planks and now they can be installed. planks are on the side, and I think that's looking pretty good. We got a good plank on the bottom. We still have to put an aluminum strip on this bottom plank so it doesn't rub too much against these studs here to keeping the door in place. But then also on the top, I wanted to prevent water coming in when it's dripping down from the roof. And I have kind of a gutter here, or some kind of protection. You can see this is what I could put up all the way on the top. This is not the right color because the right color hasn't arrived. So I'm still waiting for those two small pieces, and as soon as I have them, I will put that up. But you get the idea that on top of it, we're going to protect the wood, and whenever it rains, it's going to drip down over this and it's just going to come down. Now on the bottom, you might wonder, well, maybe that stud plank is not a good idea because water will still come down on it. Yeah, I might put maybe some silicone on the bottom. I don't know yet. But then again, this is thermal wood, and I don't mind too much. But I might put some, I don't know yet. I might put some silicone up to close that gap in between the panels and the stud plank. And that should be it. So the last thing I have to do now is to put the handle on, and that one is now just drying in the paint booth because I just repainted it and cleaned the old one. And then we're gonna put it onto the door, and we are in essence done. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.